Yo, what up peeps? This right here is the HP Omen Max 16, the latest and greatest from HP. Let's see what it's all about. I would like to say, like most of my videos, this is not sponsored. So, you know what to do. Anyways, let's keep on unboxing this. Nice little box. First thing I noticed was this little astronaut in space. I hope there's a sticker like this. It looks pretty cool right here. Let's flip this baby up. Ooh, yeah, you might be able to see that right there. Nice little patch of grass. We have the laptop itself. First impressions right here, just holding it right here. It's not as big as I was expecting it to be. What else? In the box we get what looks like paperwork here, a pretty massive power brick, and then the power cable for the power brick. Luckily laptops still come with power bricks. Can you imagine laptops not coming with power adapters? Would be crazy, huh? Here's the laptop itself, but let's take a nice little look at the charging adapter. So this is a 330 watt adapter. Let's see if we get stickers or anything like that in this envelope over here. So we get the manual, and that's about it. No stickers here. The star of the show, the laptop. So while I unwrap this laptop, let me quickly give you the specs rundown. This is equipped with Intel Core Ultra 9 processor with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and RTX 5080 with 2 terabytes of storage. The price for this laptop, the power of this laptop, I will have to experience. But I will say, just without even using this laptop, I know it's a powerful laptop, and being able to get a laptop so powerful and it's still cheaper than my MacBook Pro, it's pretty crazy. So as this is a gaming laptop, the design, it's not too flashy. It doesn't scream gaming laptop. I would say this is more of a stealth gaming laptop right here. Very clean design. I like this design right here. Super clean and not too heavy at all. Let's actually measure the weight of this laptop. Here, let me see if you can see it better like this. 2,811 grams. Design and built for winning. 016. As for the ports, it's got one USB type A port on the right side with 10 gigabits per second speeds. Then on the back, there's the power port, an Ethernet port, HDMI 2.1 port, and another type A port with 10 gigabits per second speed. Then on the left side, we get 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and a headphone jack. One thing I'm noticing here with this laptop is that it is a fingerprint magnet. On the back side, boom, nice ventilation design here, big rubber pads, nice and grippy. It will not be flying off your desk. Let's go ahead and try to turn this on. But before I even do that, we have to do our one finger lift test. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Ta-da! Now let's see if it's got some juice. I'm sure it's got no juice. Well, I'm gonna let this laptop charge and I will be back. I haven't even gotten a good look at it yet, so let me take a look at this laptop. Ooh la la. We got the word Max right here, 3 stickers, 16 with the branding on the right side, HyperX logo, HP Omen logo on the bottom of the display. Thin bezels on the side, pretty thick bezels on the top and bottom. Not bad though, it's still pleasing to the eye, aesthetic. The speakers, I am intrigued with the speakers here, the design of the speakers. For a gaming laptop, it doesn't look that big, but I'm not going to say anything without listening to it. So let's charge this baby up and I will be back. As the laptop is charging, one thing I noticed right here was how smooth and easy it is to just plug and unplug this part right here. Also, another thing I noticed is that there is no LED light indicator here. I wish there was an LED light indicator, But luckily, there is an LED light indicator on the back that lets you know when the laptop is charging, but it is in quite an awkward position. I do like this design right here. It's like the laptop has two layers. The bottom layer right here where all the components are, and just the top lid with just the screen. So the laptop is just finished charging up. Let's go ahead and boot it up. There we go. Ooh. Each key has its own RGB backlighting. Fancy. I like that. Pressing the function button highlights all the function keys here. Decent sized trackpad right here. And we also get RGB lights on the bottom right here. See, there's a whole light strip on the bottom right there. Super cool. It seems to be physical clicks on the trackpad. So definitely a more tactile experience than compared to a haptic trackpad. I don't know what it is here, but maybe the computer is just so powerful. But let's see. Just for the display to pop open, it takes a couple of seconds. Once, when it's sleeping and it turns on, it takes, like, as you saw, a couple of seconds for it to pop up. So you can't just quickly tap on the power button. It seems like you have to press and hold it. Look at that light show. That was the light show I'm talking about. Very nice. But yes, the power button, you have to hold it so the computer knows you want to turn this beast on. So with the function key right here, you can change the brightness of the keyboard. Right now, it's just cycling through different colors. Let's open up the gaming hub and see what we can do with the keyboard here. While it's opening that up, I'm going to quickly talk more about some of the specs of this laptop. So this has a 16-inch OLED display with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels with an 88.8% screen to body ratio. Display looks great. Beautiful OLED display. So as I'm about to type here, I've already typed on this keyboard before, but I wanted to point this out, is that with the keypad right here, with the number keypads on the right side, the keyboard does feel a bit, I wouldn't say cramped, but it feels like it's been pushed off to the left side. It's like I'm typing like this. While on my Mac, I'm typing like this. With this keyboard right here, with it being pushed off to the side, it's like I'm like this. And not a big deal, but definitely something I can notice. I like a symmetrical design. Here we have two new modes, Unleashed mode and Fan Cleaner. This cleans its own fan, pretty cool. And with Unleashed mode, you can unleash the full potential of this laptop. Unleashed mode unlocks all power limitations to the CPU for maximum performance. These Unleashed mode settings exceed the AMD/Intel plan of records. Utilizing unlocked features or modifying clock frequencies and voltages might lead to reduced stability, shorter life of the system, the processor, and other components. So use it at your own risk. So I just have everything turned up here. So PL1, power limit 160 watt. PL2 is at 100. PL4, 240 watts. ICC max is set to 300A. Load line calibration. So what is load line calibration? This helps to maintain voltage stability by adjusting the voltage supplied to the CPU. Cool. We get 4 modes here: Eco mode, Balance mode, Performance, and the new Unleashed mode. Okay, there we go. Here we have the lighting right here of the keyboard. We can indeed customize the lighting here. So a bunch of different modes: color cycle, starlight, breathing, ghosting, ripple. Let's check out ripple. This looks kind of cool. Ooh, okay. So if I tap on it, it just ripples. Let's check out another setting, audio pulse. So the keyboard lighting is synced up with the music or the sound coming out of the laptop. Let's check out confetti. I definitely like the ripple one. That one was dope. Confetti, okay. Just it's looking like confetti here. Sun. Very nice. So you can also change up the modes directly from the keyboard, just with the function and 1 or 2 button right here. So this is for previous modes, and then that looks cool. And then 2 is for next effect. This one's also cool. Here we have another mode. Starlight, ghosting, and this one is also cool. This is kind of like the ripple, but not too crazy. Definitely fun to be pressing on the keys. The lighting effect has changed on the bottom to raindrop. Let's talk about the speakers. So this has speakers tuned by HyperX, which we should test out right about now. %70 volume. Is it the song? Maybe different song. Let's see a different song. Speaker doesn't sound terrible, but I will say I am quite underwhelmed with the loudness here. Definitely sounds underpowered for such a laptop like the HP Omen Max. Where's the sound coming from, bro? Alright. Wait. I'm thinking the sound is coming from here. Alright. This needs to calm down here. Let's calm down here, buddy. But I'm thinking the sound is coming from this top side. But this might just be ventilation here. I might have greatly miscalculated the speaker's positioning here, because it's actually coming from the backside here. Oh no. Where is it coming from? Wait. That's crazy. This is where it's coming from. The speakers are in the bottom of the speaker. I mean, of the laptop. What? I thought it was in the top. If it was in the top, it definitely would have sounded way better for sure, easily. But with its advanced cooling ventilation system here, I suppose they had to place it in the bottom. I was like, where's the sound coming from? Okay. Alright, so it doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds pretty good here. Maybe I have acclimated to it a little bit. Maybe I was just hoping for my ears to blow off, but the speaker doesn't sound terrible. And the song sounds good too. But yes, definitely not as loud as some other laptops. Now that's out of the way, so let's talk about the cooling. The HP Omen Max 16 comes with the new Omen Tempest Cooling Pro architecture that has been specially built for this laptop. And, you know, yeah, speakers on the bottom. This laptop also has fan cleaner powered by Intel. This technology directly reduces performance falloff and need for maintenance. So with its self-cleaning fan, less maintenance and better performance in the long run. This laptop has Omen Cryo Compound, which is applied to both the CPU and GPU. This includes all the heat dissipation benefits of traditional liquid metal with increased viscosity for improved device longevity. And then there's Omen IR Sensor. This sensor allows the laptop to dynamically adjust and optimize thermal acoustic performance in real time. What's going on right now? You're listening and watching the webcam footage of the HP Omen Max 16. From what I can tell, it looks pretty good. Video quality looks good, and I'm hoping the audio quality also matches. So this was the webcam test. Okay, so now let's do a gaming test, and the game we will be testing out is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Right now the laptop is set to unleashed mode. Here we go. The game has just finished loading up, and right now you can see we are getting about 20 frames per second, give or take. And yes, you can keep an eye on that over there. Right now I am gaming in battery powered mode, so let's see how it looks like. Getting around 18 FPS it looks. 18, yeah. So yeah, 17 to 20 FPS around here. And the settings, just so you know, let's check out the graphical settings. Right now we're playing at 1920 by 1440. Widescreen, motion blur, let's make that high. Overall graphics quality is set to high. So we are back in the game. Seems to be getting about 30 FPS here. The game is somewhat playable, but beautiful game indeed. Okay, so over here up top in this game, it just is getting low FPS. But as I walk through the map here, the FPS seems to fluctuate. So yeah, getting 18 FPS. Let me just play this. Let's go down and see what happens. Yeah, alright, that's that. Yep, that's the highest resolution here, 2048 by 1536. And then we're going to change the graphics settings, everything set to ultra here. Oh, very ultra supreme. Whoa, I have never seen those settings. Alright, so I'm going to just set it to ultra and see how this performs. I'm sure it's going to perform worse, but upscaling, native TAA, DLSS. I will have DLSS turned on here. Seems like the game has frozen. Alright, DLSS is turned on, and then DLSS super resolution, let's turn this up to performance here. Frame generation, okay, this might help. We're going to set it to 4x. Ooh, super slow here. Definitely not playable in these settings. Oh, yeah, definitely not. But the FPS is looking good, but it's not playable. Look how I'm turning already, but the input delay is tremendous here. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but I think it could be DLSS right here causing this issue, or the frame generation right here. So let's bump this down to 2x, or let's just turn that off and see what happens. Alright, so immediately the input delay has increased, or it's been lowered tremendously. It works finally, but it's definitely not playable like this. Plugging it in instantly. Whoo, check that out. It has jumped up over 100 frames per second. And the game, wow, this is next level gaming right here. Look at this. I've always wanted to play this game in high graphical settings, and it looks beautiful. And it's getting over 100 frames per second. Incredible. Change this resolution all the way to 2048 by 1536. Scrolling down, set the graphical setting to supreme. Not even going to test anything out. Let's just max everything out and see how this performs. Path tracing. Alright, I'll set this to medium. Only sunlight. Ray trace reflections. I could turn all this on, but I think it's... And then I'm going to change the frame generation to 4x here. DLSS ray reconstruction, let's turn that on too. And it's still able to get over 100 frames per second. Boom, everything is just off the chain. And it's still not cracking at all. Easily getting over 140 frames per second. And I might just have to cut this video short just for me to play this game, but amazing power here by the HP Omen Max 16. Alright, so in this mode, right, in this cutscene, it has dropped down. But in the actual game, so yeah, cutscene, 50 frames per second, but in the actual game here, easily gets over 140 frames per second. So here's how the laptop sounds in balance mode. As you can see, not a lot of fan noise here. But now let's go ahead and switch it over to performance mode. Here's how the fan sounds in performance mode. It's definitely more audible, but it's not crazy loud like you will hear in the next mode. So here's how the laptop sounds when the fans are moving at max speed, 6,000 RPMs to be exact, and this thing might just take off right here. So I have been gaming for the past hour or so, and I've been playing games in unleashed mode. The laptop has been in unleashed mode the whole time. I had this keyboard RGB light on as well, and the lights on the bottom, they were all turned up, and the brightness was set to max, and I was gaming, and then I'm probably gaming for an hour or so, and then I turned everything off, and I started downloading some games. I was downloading Forza Horizon, and doing all of that. When I was downloading Forza Horizon, I had turned the brightness down here to 30% here, just like this. And yeah, after downloading all those games, the battery is at 10%. And I have been gaming and using the laptop for about 1 hour, 47 minutes. The laptop is still going strong. It's been 1 hour, 55 minutes, and it has just went to sleep. So almost hit 2 hours, but pretty good battery life playing at max settings. So I'm going to leave this video right here. Thanks for watching. Peace.